Shalom Akim, Kama Kapash.
Mark.
Okay, giving all praise to Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh, Shaiba, Hashem, Kudash. Double honors to the elders, the apostles of JMS, and honors that there's the brethren on the highways by us, teaching His truth in all sincerity. Okay, today's topic is going to be basically the day of the Lord, man. But I'm going to title this The Perfect Storm. Okay, because, you know, we know the day of the Lord, you know, it comprises of many events that are going to take place, you know, kind of simultaneously, that's going to lead to the downfall of modern day Babylon, you know, Esau's system, you know, America, and so on and so forth, right, before the kingdom of heaven is established. Okay, and you know, it's because of these great culmination of, you know, catastrophes or judgments that are going to come upon this place. It's going to outdo what happened in Egypt. Okay, when we was brought out of Egypt, the Lord brought many plagues unto Egypt to destroy the Egyptians with. Okay, but this, what, you know, coming out of this captivity, the Lord is going to outdo what was done in the land of Egypt. Okay, just before we start, we're going to get the term perfect storm.
This is the definition of perfect storm in dictionary.com. It says a detrimental or calamitous situation or event arising from the powerful combined effect of a unique set of circumstances.
All right, so it's the unique circumstances, you know, you have to speak, like, you know, the Lord's going to have so much things going on that really, it's just going to be terrible, man.
Yeah.
It's going to be absolutely terrible. That's why he uses the word detrimental or calamitous situation, man, perilous. You know, because like I said, there is so many things that are going to be going on as we get closer to the day of the Lord, and the day of the Lord itself, much is going to happen, man. Okay, we're going to start with Daniel's chapter 12 verse 1.
He even goes on to say, or event, and that event is the return of the Lord.
Yeah, the day of the Lord's judgment. Okay.
This is Daniel's 12 and 1. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince which standeth for the children of thy people. And there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation. Right,
so an event like this on the earth has never happened on this scale. You know, and you know, you can picture many judgments the Most High has brought throughout the ages. You know, destroying Sodom and Gomorrah with fire. Okay, which is that's gonna take place in this destruction again. Okay, pursuing to America. Okay. The flood, you know, the Lord has done many judgments upon the earth, man, but everything that we going to witness in these last days is going to be beyond all of that. You know, the scripture also tell you, man, that it should no longer be said about the children of Israel coming out of the land of Egypt, but the children of Israel coming out of the land of the north, okay, which represents America, Babylon. Okay, this deliverance is going to be a greater deliverance than that of Egypt. Okay, we're going to speak about this for forever, you know, about our deliverance from this captivity that we're under. You know, but like I said, it's a combination of events that are going to take place that's going to make this downfall, this destruction so great. Okay, in the scriptures, we see the chariots in the scriptures that are going to come in the last day. This world's going to be plagued with chariots. Okay, they're going to come and attack the earth, destroy the earth. Okay, you got the missiles. Okay, of course the missiles. Okay, we're gonna have famines. Okay, when the economy crashes, man, you ain't gonna have no money. Okay, you're gonna have martial law. You're gonna have race riots happening. Okay, you're gonna have plagues and pestilences happening. Okay, you're gonna be thrown into prison. You're gonna be in concentration camps. You're gonna be forced to take the mark of the beast. Okay. And like, so, you know, there's gonna be earthquakes going on. There's a lot of things that are gonna happen in these last days, man. That's gonna end Esau's kingdom.
The definition of the word detriment is loss, damage, disadvantage, or injury. Definition number 2, a cause of loss or damage, and that's everything the brother just mentioned.
Yeah. So I got a bunch of scriptures here. They're not in any particular order because I'm just hitting points. I'm not going down to the breakdowns, but I'm just hitting the certain points that are going to be happening in these last days, man. Show you it's going to be crazy, man. It's going to be absolutely crazy.
This is what you quoted a minute ago. This is Jeremiah 16:14.
Can't.
Therefore, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that it shall no more be said, the Lord liveth, that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. But the Lord liveth, that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north, and from all the lands whither he had driven them, and will bring them again into their land that I gave unto their fathers.
Okay, so that scripture not only shows you about the deliverance out of the land of the north, which is America, which is the primary place of deliverance, but everywhere where Israel been scattered, man. Okay, because the scripture talks about Israel being scattered. So we're going to be delivered from every part of the world that we're in. We're here in the UK, in Britain. Britain's going to get judged. Okay, there's going to be war everywhere. You know what I mean? So we're going to need saving from all of that going on. Martial law's going to be here. So we're going to need saving from all of that. They're going to try to make us take the chip. So we're going to need saving from all of that. Okay, so that deliverance is a great deliverance around the whole world.
Just going back to Daniel's 12, where I left off, it says, and at that time thy people shall be delivered, every one that shall be found written in the book. So the theme is the destruction and the calamities, and also the main message is the deliverance of Israel.
That's right. That's right. Okay, so I'm just going to hit the first scripture that's on my list here. Okay, we got Zechariah chapter 5 and verse 1. Okay, and this is going into the chariots. I mentioned the chariots, man. You know, chariot sightings are increasing all the time, man. You know, they're popping up everywhere. Okay, that's a sign of our salvation. Okay, so they're going to play a big role in this destruction that's coming. Okay, and you're going to see more and more of them as time goes on. Okay, but they're not just going to be there something to look at. They're actually going to do things. Well, they are doing things, but you're going to see them adding to the destruction, man. Okay, go on now.
This is Zechariah 5 and 1. Then I turned and lifted up mine eyes, and looked, and behold, a flying roll. And he said unto me, what seest thou? And I answered, I see a flying roll. The length thereof is 20 cubits, and the breadth thereof is 10 cubits. Then said he unto me, this is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth.
Right, so this is a curse that goeth forth over the whole earth, man. And we all know the scriptures in Revelation about the Lord, you know, returning with his armies. Okay, that's the angels in the chariots, man. Okay, this is what this flying roll represents. It represents a chariot, you know. And like I said, they're not UFOs, they're not aliens. Okay, but there is going to be an invasion. Okay, but they're the mighty angels, man. Because that's who the Lord's returning with. Okay, so you're going to have that going on. Like, you know, you think, you know, well, you got, what's that film? War of the Worlds. They just had to worry about that. The aliens blasting them into smoke. But you not just got that to deal with. Yep. You ain't just got that to deal with, man. Okay, there's other shit you got to be dealing with. Okay, that might be like very pressing, but it's not the only thing you got to deal with.
This is Sirach 39 and 28. There be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes.
Come on, I got this yet. Go on.
In the time of destruction they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them.
Yep, that's right, man. So not only that, I might as well talk about it. You might read on.
Yeah.
You know, because we'll talk about it now. Might as well.
Fire and hail and famine and death, all these were created for vengeance.
Yep. Read down to 31, Mark.
Teeth of wild beasts and scorpions, serpents, and the sword punishing the wicked to destruction. They shall rejoice in his commandment, and they shall be ready upon earth when need is. And when their time is come, they shall not transgress his word. Right,
so we got spirits that are out here waiting to do a job, man. Okay, with their purpose to do a job to bring vengeance, man. That means destroy the wicked. Okay, and they're gonna, you know, take over wild beasts and, you know, creeping things, poisonous things. Okay, so you got wild beasts, dogs, foxes, badgers, whatever, man.
Whatever's in your
block. Whatever's around, man. They got the Lord's gonna use them to be. They're gonna be very, very agitated, very feral. Okay, and they're gonna attack people. You know they got rabies and shit. So you might get bitten, man. You got fucking rabies now, and you going fucking crazy. You know, but you know, like I said, the Lord's got spirits ready to cause chaos and death to this place, man. You know, so that's another thing that's going to be happening out here. You know, like so you have race riots and that, but you're going to have fucking animals rioting and shit as well, man. You know,
a bit like that scene in I Am Legend with Will Smith. You have that clip where he goes to get food, and then I think some wild animals, I don't know if it was a lion, I can't remember, but they was trying to eat food too, man. You know, and it's either you want to fight a lion.
I mean, and we all know, like, we know the conditions of the animals. You know, like, you got foxes coming into the fucking urban areas to eat because they ain't got no food where they at.
Oh man.
You know what I mean? So they're gonna be hungry.
Oh,
you know what I mean? So the Lord's gonna put that spirit on them, like, fuck it.
Yeah, we're gonna.
You know what I mean? And it, you know, like brother mentioned, things like lions and panthers. We've heard them being out there out here in England and stuff like that, just roaming around.
Yeah.
You know, however they got out or got here, they're around. People have seen it and things like that. So you're gonna find creatures you wouldn't be expecting to see. Okay, and they're gonna come and attack people, man. Okay, so that's what it means by wild beasts. Okay, so you know, you got that to worry about too in that day. Okay. All right. Okay. We're gonna get Revelation chapter 6. Okay,
this is Revelations chapter 6 from the top.
From 12 down to 18, please.
This is Revelation 6 and 12. And I beheld when he had opened the sixth seal, and lo, there was a great earthquake.
Right, so there's going to be a great earthquake. Okay, there's always earthquakes, and they cause destruction and problems for nations and stuff like that, deaths and all that kind of stuff. But there's going to be a great earthquake. Now, this great earthquake is going to be caused by, when you go into this, the missiles that are going to land on America, man. It's going to make the earth to shake. Okay, there's going to be a great earthquake that everyone is going to feel. Okay, but on top of that, you know, I've spoken about the San Andreas fault line, which everyone is expecting to go at some point. Well, most likely it's being left waiting store for that day. When those missiles hit, obviously they ain't gonna hold. They ain't gonna hold, man. That's gonna shift, and that's gonna cause all kind of destruction, man. Okay, so added to the missiles reverberating the place, you're gonna have earthquakes, you're gonna have fractures going on in the world, man. Not just San Andreas fault line, but there's other fault lines that are gonna get fucked up, man, and fuck up shit. And we all know that causes tsunamis and all that kind of stuff. So you got that as well. You know what I'm saying? But read on up.
It says, and I beheld when he had opened the sixth seal, and lo, there was a great earthquake, and the sun became black as sackcloth of hair.
Right, so you ain't gonna see the sun, man. Okay, why? Because all the smoke, all that, you know, all that smoke from the missiles exploding. You ain't gonna have to see shit, man. You're gonna get the nuclear winter, the fallout. Okay, and you ain't gonna see shit, pretty much. Okay, it's gonna be darkened, right? Going up.
And the moon became as blood.
Okay.
And the stars of heaven fell upon the earth, unto the earth, even as a fig tree casteth her untimely figs.
Right, and I believe that's talking about the powers, man. You know, the higher ups in this world. Okay, going on.
Even as a fig tree casteth her untimely figs, when she is shaken of a mighty wind.
Yep.
And the heaven departed as a scroll when it is rolled together, and every mountain and island were moved out of their places. Okay,
so that's the explosion of the nuclear missiles, man. The ICBMs, the thermonuclear weapons, man. And you know, you can YouTube that. You know, you can see the effects it has in the heavens, man. It's like shit's being rolled up. Okay.
Precept for you.
Go on up.
Isaiah 29 and 6. It says, "Thou shalt be visited of the Lord of hosts." Hold on one second. Yeah, I'll read from 6. "Thou shalt be visited of the Lord of hosts with thunder and with earthquake and great noise, with storm and tempest and a flame of devouring fire."
Yeah, that's right, man. So like I said, there's gonna be lots of different facets to this, man. You know, I mean, you know, a perfect storm. They're probably just thinking, yeah, three or four things come together. Now there's gonna be a lot more than that. It's gonna come on together to destroy this place, man. You know, read on back in
Revelation 6.
No, 16. No, it's like verse. Actually, you don't need to get that. Let's just get Isaiah 24 and 20 just to back up the earthquake, man. Okay, so there's gonna be great earthquakes going on. Okay.
Isaiah 24 and 20. The earth shall reel to and fro like a drunkard, and shall be removed like a cottage, and the transgression thereof shall be heavy upon it, and it shall fall and not rise again.
Right, so the whole earth is gonna feel this earthquake, man. That's how great the earthquake is gonna be. Okay. Oh, actually, because it tells you here. I'm gonna read it quickly here, because it tells you here in Revelation 16, verse 18. It says, there were voices and thunders and lightnings, and there was a great earthquake, such as was not since men were on the earth. So an earthquake like this has never occurred either. Okay, that's how much or how bad it's going to be. You know. So yeah. Next scripture.
Yeah,
you got something there?
He even went on to say, so mighty an earthquake and so great.
Yeah. Oh.
That's the same same verse.
Yeah.
So that just shows you, man, them missiles, man. After the explosion or implosion, whatever you want to call it, there's gonna be the after effects, man, and the earth is gonna quake beyond your worst imagination.
Yeah. So
men haven't witnessed that kind of devastation.
Yeah, so you will be like, oh shit, you're gonna be off balance, you know, because the earthquake is gonna you know emanate throughout the whole of the earth, man. The whole earth is gonna feel that.
Yeah, that's serious.
Okay. Grab us 2nd Ezra chapter 15 and from verse 11. You know, because like, so they're just some of the things that are going to be happening. You know, so like I said about before, about you got martial law, because the economy is going to crash, and there's going to be martial law. There's going to be famines and riots in the streets,
diseases,
you know, a lot of death. Okay, but we're gonna read this now.
2nd Ezra 15 and 11. But I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm, and smite Egypt, with plagues as before.
Right, so even it says here that it's gonna smite Egypt with plagues as before, meaning this modern day Egypt, which is America, okay, you know, his system, okay, he's gonna be, you know, dealt plagues on it, man. So you might go read back what happened in Egypt, man. All different types of plagues were cast upon the Egyptians, man, cast upon these people. So you're gonna have more of these types of plagues affecting these people in that day too. You know, so you know, sore pains and death and famines, and you're gonna see all of that. Okay.
Yeah, man. Just to make a point of it, you know, that's how you know it ain't talking about ancient Egypt, man. Like that same location. Like, what's Egypt? Ain't the main power.
Ain't nothing now.
Of the world today. All right. That's how you know. Why is the Lord just gonna be like, the return of the Lord? Yeah. Egypt gets nuked. Like, well, Egypt's not important right now.
It says, "I will bring them with a mighty
America.
hand," as if we need saving from Egypt. But we know Egypt is not the physical Egypt is not the place of our captivity, so to say.
Yeah.
Because we've been scattered. It's not the major power in the world that we need to be saved from. It's
exactly.
It's America. Okay, that's the major place where we went into slavery, and that is the strongest nation that we need saving from. It's his system, his kingdom. Egypt doesn't have a system, doesn't have a rulership on the earth now.
Yep.
Okay, it's just fucking a land full of Arabs, man.
Yep.
Okay, that's all it is. Go on now.
And smite Egypt with plagues as before, and will destroy all the land thereof. It says, Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plague and punishment that God shall bring upon it.
Yep, read that to 19.
They that till the ground shall mourn, for their seed shall fail through the blasting and hail, and with a fearful constellation.
Okay, so your crops. Okay, we read about the lack of crops for a while now. They're not producing as much as they would have liked to have produced by now, and you know they're running on limited supply. So all this trade, you know, all these trade agreements they got in place, they're not going to be able to fulfill, or they're going to lose out themselves. Okay, so all these economies, they're really being affected by all of this. You know, people starving because of it, and other nations not actually making as much money as they would have done usually because their crops have been failing. In America and in Russia, you get fires happening in Russia and stuff like that, cold, like we talking about the hell here. You know what I mean? So there's going to be lack of food on the earth. Okay, that's what it means. It means there's going to be lack of food on the earth. Okay, no.
Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh. And one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands.
Yeah, so we coming into those race riots, man, and them racial tensions are always being stirred, man. You know, they're always being stirred, and that's gonna come to the surface when all hell breaks loose, man.
Oh yeah.
Okay, because when it becomes about survival, it's always about yourself. First and foremost, it's about yourself, man. But then secondly, you and your race. You know, so naturally, strangers are not liked. Okay, everybody prefers their own people.
That's right.
Naturally, you know, there's a scripture: every beast loveth his own kind. It's the same with beasts, with men on earth. So it's the same thing. Everyone prefers their own people over other nation. That's just truth. Okay, so when it comes to those race riots, man, you're gonna have bands of people joining on together that are alike. Okay, and they see it more beneficial to band together than to be by themselves to survive. You know, for the most part. Okay, you're always gonna get those lone wolves, but you know, for the most part, they're gonna cleave onto their own people. They're not gonna cleave onto other people, man. Okay, so you're gonna have those race riots in the streets, man. Okay, going up.
For there shall be sedition among men.
Yep.
And invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes.
Okay, so they're not gonna regard government or rule, the police, you know, the police force, you know, and all that kind of stuff. They're gonna go wild. Okay, they're gonna fight against them. Okay, going up.
And the course of their actions shall stand in their power. That reminds me of that movie, man. What one is it? What's it called again?
Well, the one I keep thinking about is V for Vendetta.
Well, you got V for Vendetta, and you also got that one where the Purge. Yeah, there's gonna be like the Purge.
Yeah.
You know, people are just like that sword. Everyone had their own weapon of mind, just to kill each other. It says, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able.
Okay, so you're going to be in lockdown pretty much. You know, an example would be Boston bombings. When that went down, they put a state of emergency and put everyone on the curfew, man. You couldn't leave your house, and if your door got knocked on, you had to open up. Okay, and have your house searched. Okay, so you're going to be under curfew, and the city's going to be on lockdown. People are not going to be able to come in and out freely. There's going to be border checks and check patrols everywhere. Okay, you want me to just go outside your house and go to the shop? That won't be happening. You know, the streets are going to be on lockdown.
And rations, all that.
Yeah. Okay.
2 Esdras 15 and 18. For because of their pride.
Oh no, read certain. Please. Did you read that?
Yeah.
Read it again.
A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. For because of their pride, the cities shall be troubled. The houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword. and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread.
Because of the lack of bread, because there's going to be a famine. Okay, there's going to be a famine, and the scriptures speak about people having to eat their children, man. Okay, because cannibalism is going to be another thing that you have to deal with in that day too. Okay, not only you going to be hungry, but you're going to go to dark ways to be fed. Okay, and you know that's why we got to put our trust in Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, man, to feed us in that day, because we sure as hell ain't taking the chip, Lord willing. We ain't gonna be taking no chips, man. Okay, so how are we gonna eat? We're gonna have to depend upon the Lord, because we ain't gonna resort to cannibalism either. Okay, but some people are gonna do that. Some people are gonna have the chip and still do that, because you think that chip, you know, people are gonna think that chip is gonna solve all their problems, man. Okay, but the truth is, it ain't gonna solve a damn thing, man. Okay, you're gonna suffer, man, because you've taken that chip. Don't think Esau has the answers when that day comes. You think the chip is gonna solve all the problems, man. Believe me, the Lord has got judgment for you, man. Okay, and you're gonna suffer. Okay, so you're gonna end up eating your children and all that kind of stuff, man. You know, eating while you're crying and shit. You know, because you want to fill your stomach. Okay, and niggas like fucking Baloo taking a piss. You know, oh, chip. You know what I mean? You're gonna take the chip, man, and you're still gonna be hungry, man. You know, you got other guys saying, "Well, I'm gonna take the chip because I need to eat." Well, you're gonna find out you're gonna end up eating your children, man.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the sad facts of that. Okay, so yeah, you gotta put your trust in Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai to deliver you in those days, man. Okay, because there's gonna be little hope out there, man. You have to put your whole trust in Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. Okay, so yeah, so because of lack of bread and for great tribulation, okay, you're gonna be hurting, man. Okay, since you got something there?
Nah, I couldn't find it.
Okay. Since we was talking about the chip, we go grab this Revelation 13. Please up. Because like I said, you know, you got martial law applied on the earth, man. So you ain't got to move freely. You'll be forced to do things, because you know the whole point of martial law is that there is no actual rule of government. It's you know, whatever they say goes, basically. Okay, so if you're commanded to do something, to reject or to not do it, it's gonna land you in some shit. Okay, you might be called a terrorist. You know, you might be called a number of things. Okay, they might put you on a block on a guillotine, man. Okay, because you know Esau stacking up them guillotines to behead people.
Yeah. Okay,
so you might get beheaded. You might get thrown in prison. You might get shot on sight. You don't know. You don't know what, you know, how Esau's gonna deal with you, man. We all know he's gonna deal with you roughly. Okay, that's, you know, that's for sure. Okay, but yeah, read that out, please.
Revelations 13 and 16, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in the right hand, in their right hand, or in their foreheads.
Right, so you're gonna be commanded to do that. Okay, you're gonna get pulled along into them concentration camps against your will. Okay, middle of the night. You know what I mean? You ain't fully clothed. Don't know what the fuck's going on. You got fucking torches in your fucking face. Okay, telling you you're coming with us at gunpoint. So you get put in the van and you end up in these concentration camps that are scattered everywhere. Okay, and there you have to make some. You'll be thinking a lot. You have to make some decisions, man. You know, when you're asked, okay, to comply. Okay, and the options are you take this chip or you die. Okay, so they're your options, man. Okay, it goes on. Did you read verse 15?
No, just
read verse 15, please, Art.
Okay. This is Revelations chapter 13, verse 15. It says, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak, and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. Okay, so you're thinking that I'm lying, I'm over exaggerating a bit, that Esau isn't going to come and do this. But if you don't want to get down with his system and his ways, okay, which is what his image is, he's you know, his system basically, okay, he will put you to death.
just for that. Okay, so it's not me. Oh, is that just saying? That's what the scriptures say. Okay, because the time is going to be when we get to that point. Esau is not going to be like, he's not going to be very talkative. Okay, he's not going to be pleading with people and trying to console people. It's going to be, you're doing this now. Okay, there is going to be no back and forth. You either do this or it's your life. You know, and you think that can't happen, but the Spirit of the Lord is going to move upon these people to be like that in that day. Okay, you see them train for it in Jade Helm and things like that. You see them train for it, and you know them Edomites or whoever is on the force, they're rough as hell, man. Okay, they don't care about you crying. They don't care that you got a kid. They don't care. Okay, you do as you're told. Okay, or something's happening to you, man. It's as simple as that. Okay, and that spirit, we read about those spirits created for vengeance, man. Them spirits are going to be there, man. They're going to be in these people to do it.
Yeah, orchestrating, you know, the Spirit of the Lord, man.
That's right.
It goes on to say, I'll read it down to 17. It says, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads.
So there's your option. You take this chip, you get fed, you get your rations and shit. You get to have a certain amount of movement, I guess. I don't know, whatever, certain privileges, whatever. I don't know, but or you die.
Yeah.
Because you are the center. You're against government. So they're your options. Okay, going up.
It goes on to say, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name.
That's right. So you're gonna feel like, well, I don't want to die, I do want to eat. Okay, so you gotta take this chip because that's the only way to get anything. Okay, that's why you can't buy or sell without it. Okay, so you gonna take this chip and you think that you're okay because you can buy stuff now, you can eat, you can go pick up rations from some fucking government agency or wherever you get it, we're gonna have you get it from. You know what I mean, man? You think, yeah, that's alright, but the Most High is gonna hurt you, man. Okay, he's gonna make you suffer, man. Okay, and ultimately you're gonna be destroyed.
This is Revelations 2:10. Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prisons, that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life.
So that shows you people are going to be thrown into prisons, man, into these concentration camps. This is specifically talking about the men of the Lord. Okay, everyone's going to be tried and tried. Okay, but the Lord is going to be with his elect. Okay, in whatever the outcome is going to be, whether they, choose death, overtaking the chip, or they get delivered. Okay, because our faith is in Yahweh Hashem Yahushai to deliver us in those days. Okay, that's what it means. We're going to be tried in our faith. Okay, to see if we can, Scripture talks about the time of Jacob's trouble, and the hour of temptation. Okay, only the Lord's elect are going to be able to get through all of that. Through the power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Okay, and since you had that,
I'll go precept, quick one, but yeah.
Okay, grab us Ezekiel 21 and 10 as well, because that program with that as well.
Yeah, this is a quick precept. Proverbs 11 and 8. The righteous is delivered out of trouble, and the wicked cometh in his stead.
Yeah.
So keep faith. This is Ezekiel 21 and 10. It is sharpened to make.
Actually, I might read up a little bit. Yeah, go up. Up again, verse 8. What's that say? Yeah, read from verse 8.
Okay. Ezekiel 21 and 8. Again the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, prophesy, and say, Thus saith the Lord, say a sword is sharpened, and also furbished. It is sharpened to make a sore slaughter. It is furbished. It is furbished that it may glitter. Should we then make mirth? It contemneth the rod of my son.
Okay, that sword that's being furbished is Esau's militaries, man. Okay, his police forces, because the police forces have been militarized. They got all kind of quirky munitions at disposal. Okay, fucking radio heating batteries and all kinds of shit. They've been given military equipment. Okay, to deal with dissent, to deal with rioters, to deal with the masses. Okay, they're preparing for this day. That's why they're training. That's why Jade Home exists, because they're training for that event. Because they say in an event, but the event is all of this. is the collapse of the economy, is the return of the Lord. It's for riots in the streets and all that kind of stuff. That's what it's for. Esau knows exactly what is going to happen because he's partly responsible. Okay, so that's what it's being prepared for. As furbished is.
Precept Psalm 17 and 13. Arise, O Lord, disappoint him, cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword.
That's right, the wicked are his sword. Okay, which is Esau. Okay, and this is Esau's rulership. So this is what he's preparing, man.
So back to Ezekiel 21 and 9. Son of man, prophesy and say, thus saith the Lord, say, a sword is sharpened, and also furbished. It is sharpened to make a sore slaughter, it is furbished that it may glitter. Should we then make mirth? It contemneth the rod of my son as every tree. And he hath given it to be furbished, that it may be handled. This sword is sharpened, and it is furbished to give it into the hand of the slayer. You want more?
Nah, that's it. That's the point. Okay, so that's what you have to expect. Like I said, it's not just about one thing that you got, or that's going to occur that you have to worry about. Okay, it will be a perfect storm of events which in history has never happened before. I mean, every kingdom has gone down, and there's been contributing factors of why it went down, but this is going to be something else. It's like everything is gone wrong. Like everything possible that could go wrong went wrong. Okay, all these acts of God, all that occurred, all of that is gonna happen, man, and it's gonna go out like no other kingdom before it.
Precept.
Can't.
Job.
Give me have a quick free afterwards, please. Go on, let's read that first.
Yeah, Job 5 and 17. Behold, happy is, well, the point I wanted to make is really landing off of what you said, bro, about these military men preparing and so forth. You're gonna have carnal minded men that are so-called getting prepared for this tumultuous, perilous time. Alright, but the men of the Lord are going to be ultimately prepared. And that's why I wanted to go into this scripture here, Job 5 and 17. Behold, happy is the man whom Yahweh correcteth. Therefore despise not thou the chastaining of the Almighty. For he maketh sore and bindeth up, he woundeth and his hands make whole. He shall deliver thee in 6 troubles, yea, in 7 there shall no evil touch thee. And that's, evil means a bad time, and it's said that no evils will touch you.
In its completion.
That's right, man. In famine he shall redeem thee from death. And we talked about famine, but the men of the Lord ain't going to suffer famine.
Yeah, it says my servant shall eat. Okay, so we ain't going to worry about where we're going to get the food from. Lord will provide a way, just like the Lord provided a way for us in the desert after we left Egypt, man. Okay, in the wilderness, man. Okay, Moses got water from rocks. The Lord sent manna from heaven, man. To feed Israel. So, however the Lord does it, man, somehow we're gonna come into contact with food and water, and we're gonna be fed and nourished, man. To get us through the next part. You know what I mean? Go on now.
In famine he shall redeem thee from death, and in war from the power of the sword. Thou shalt be hid. Oh, and in war from the power of the sword, man. Power of that devil. Thou shalt be hid from the scourge of the tongue, neither shalt thou be afraid of destruction when it cometh. because we're going to have the scriptures in our minds, and we're going to be mindful of the things which we've been prophesying, and we're going to know we expected it.
Yeah, and the scripture also tells you wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy time, man. That's why these scriptures are so important, that you know them for yourself. Because in that day, you have to know them for yourself, man. Okay, because it's going to be you. Okay, I mean, like, brother's not going to be holding your hand and that. I mean, we don't know what situation is going to be, but you have to have it for yourself, man, because you don't know what kind of situation that you're going to be in. Okay, so you have to know these scriptures well enough for yourself to be strong in that day.
Yeah, to be nourished.
Okay, you are praying for that faith and that strength to endure all that hardness that you're going to go through. Not what you've been going through now, but what you're going to go through in the time of Jacob's trouble. Okay, in that day, in the hour of temptation, you are praying for that strength, man. Okay.
Verse 22, at destruction and famine thou shalt laugh, neither shalt thou be afraid of the beasts of the earth. And that was partaking in the first scripture that we read regarding the beasts of the earth, man. When the spirits jump into them, you know, we're not going to be afraid of those beasts, man. We're just going to be walking in the spirit of the Lord, you know,
because we're going to have his protection, man. You know, the whole point is that the Lord is going to deliver his elect, so he's going to have to protect them. You know what I mean? So if you're a man of the Lord, you're going to be protected, man. I mean, if it is in your destiny to be as a martyr, you know, that's glory unto you. Okay, but the joy of the Lord's elect, they're going to be protected, man. You know?
And it goes into, you know, when you read Job, the first chapter, it tells you that there's a hedge about the men of the Lord. Job 1 and 10, hast not this, let me read from 9. Then Satan answered the Lord and said, doth Job fear God for naught? Hast not thou made an hedge about him, and about his house, and about all that he hath on every side? Thou hast blessed the work of his hands, and his substance is increased in the land. So really the Lord's put a hedge about the men of the Lord, you know, and you know, basically he's gonna keep us safe with the angels, man. You know, because the scriptures say the angels encamp about, you know. So, you know, the Lord's going to be watching out for his men. You wanted Habakkuk 3 and
3, yeah, down to 13, please. Look.
From 1?
From 3.
Oh, from 3. Okay. This is Habakkuk 3 and 3. God came from Teman, and the Holy One from Mount Paran. Selah. His glory covered the heavens, and the earth was full of his praise. And his brightness was as the light. He had horns coming out of his hand, and there was the hiding of his power. Before him went the pestilence, and burning coals went forth at his feet.
Alright, so then missiles, man. Like, you know, there's a lot of missiles in the destruction, man. Because not only you gotta worry, well, War 3 is gonna be there, so you gotta worry about bombs flying in your area, man. You know, like Blitz here in the UK. You know, men and women are scared about the Germans dropping bombs in the towns and shit. Okay, so, you know, I did to all that. You got just the fact that there's war going around on the whole earth. You know, Russia's trying to kill you and attack you and shit. You know what I mean? So, you know, that's another thing. Go on.
He stood and measured the earth. He beheld and drove asunder the nations, and the everlasting mountains were scattered. The perpetual hills did bow. His ways are everlasting. What verse do you want up to?
13.
13. I saw the tents of Cushan in affliction, and the curtains of the land of Midian did tremble. Was the Lord displeased against the rivers? Was thine anger against the rivers?
Right, so the destruction is so great, the Lord's wrath is so great, it's going to be like the Lord was angry at everything. You know, that waters are going to dry, trees are going to disappear. You know, lands are going to be wasted. You know,
mountains bow.
And, you know, yeah, you know, they're going to be removed. You know what I mean? And that's how great the Lord's judgment and his wrath is going to be. Now, did they do anything? Did the waters and the trees do anything? No, but
displeased against
the Lord's angry, bro. You know what I mean? The scripture says, "Who shall stand, man?"